All right, hi everybody. It's about 8 o'clock on this Thursday evening, the 26th day of February. And for a change, we're not talking about any winter weather. We're talking about some scattered storms. As we start warming up and entering more of a spring-like pattern, we're going to get spring-like weather results. And that's what we have tonight. As you can see at the top of your screen, there are two areas, two counties affected by a warning right now. And most of those are right on the outer edge of the viewing area. And it is over southern parts of Gilmer and far southeastern parts of Fannin, and as well southeast of Ellijay and Blue Ridge. It's not impacting those areas. In fact, it's on the mountains east of there. But then we got to watch what's coming out of North Alabama in and around the Huntsville area. There are two warnings here with two individual storms. These have kind of broken away from the pack and are moving more north and east, while if you look just to the south of those, all of these right here are moving more toward the southeast. So I'll draw an arrow, and you can see these are moving more this way. These two here kind of broken away, moving to the east. So what this means is the storms that we're seeing right here could impact Jackson, Franklin, at one time, Marion County and Dade County if they hold together. And that's going to be the big key coming up for the next few minutes or so, as we watch these storms continue to develop. They're all right along a stalled frontal boundary where the area of low pressure is developed, and that low is basically right about here. So as that front slides south and east, a little bit of a lift back to the north, and then pushing it off to the east. So these will stick around mainly just for the next couple of hours. Cooling of the evening air will kind of bring down the severity a bit. But the main problem here is the fact that some of these could produce some very large hail. It's been very common well south of us, across a large part of central and southern Alabama, central southern Georgia. That's very large hail reports, and some of these cells here could produce some hail as well. So this one's affecting Huntsville now, and I would say by 7:30 central, 8:30 eastern, could impact parts of Jackson County. That could include Scottsboro, so be aware of that. But all of these here will probably march farther south and east, maybe clipping far southern DeKalb, but for the most part, it's trending away. So it's really these we're watching right here, and this one here is just about to really exit our viewing area. But just letting you know, because I'm sure if you're watching us and you see the bottom part of your screen on News Channel 9 or Fox Chattanooga, you've seen that Gilmer and Fannin County are under a warning, but that shows you the reason why they're under that warning. So let's zoom into that area real quickly. And again, you can see that storm right along the border. You can see Ellijay right here. There's Tate right here, Dawsonville, over in Dawson County. So this is really kind of moving away along the border. So staying well south of Ellijay, well south of Blue Ridge, honestly toward Dahlonega and areas into the mountains outside of our viewing area. Other spots have had some rain and lightning move on by, but things are a bit calmer in Gordon County, Floyd, and Chattooga County for now. So it's been a little noisy over the past hour, but not of a severe nature. And in around the city, it's pretty quiet. So if you had a ball practice or anything, everything's okay for right now. But we're mainly watching just these storms right there moving on by. Notice again that northeast movement kind of breaking away from the pack there just a little bit. And this particular warning here is out until 7:45 Central, 8:45 Eastern. Main threats are wind gusts up to 60 and quarter-size hail with that cell. So we'll keep an eye on that one and keep an eye on the one just west of Athens, Alabama, and see if it kind of moves along the state line, maybe impacting Franklin County with time. And you see that's a pretty well-developed storm. It's got that kidney bean shape to it. So again, no doubt got a hail core with that. Very heavy rain and lightning with that as well. Let's take a look at the velocity scan with that. Here's a new scan on that as well. And you can see again, it's a rotating storm right there near Madison Crossroads. But again, these have been more hail producers than anything. So velocity just above the surface, not too strong. But let's take a look at the hail tracker with that. Let's see, current hail. There we go. So I'll make a few things disappear here just for a second. And there we go. You can see that hail core right there. Here's Athens, Alabama. Here's Madison Crossroads. So Huntsville's right here. And you can see the hail being produced out of that one. Potential size close to an inch, so about the size of a quarter. Okay, so that's just prompting this warning. Anytime you have hail by the size of a quarter, that's a threshold for a severe storm. So we'll keep an eye on how long those hold together. Again, what we call nocturnal cooling during the evening air tends to help stabilize things a little bit. But what's energizing this system just a bit is an area of low pressure along the front. And let me show you the location of that. This will help it make more sense here, what we're dealing with. You can see that low right there. So the airflow is like this around that low. So in advance where these storms are, they're getting an aided lift right there. This is all pushing toward the south and east. So it's really going to impact areas just south of the city and to the south, but we'll see how long these hold together. But the fact that low is there is energizing things a bit. So even though it is cooling during the evening, just enough added lift in the atmosphere to create these strong, severe storms. But again, a lot of the other ones south of these are moving more toward the south and east. So not a long-lasting system at all. So again, there's our local view at the moment. Again, this storm easing away from Gilmer and Fannin. I would imagine that will expire pretty soon. The official expiration time of that one is at 8:30 Eastern, which we're about 23 minutes away. It'll probably expire before that. And then we'll keep an eye on this cell here near the Huntsville area, but all of these here near Gunnersville, Coleman, which have had several rounds of some hail-producing storms. These are all trending more to the south and east. We'll keep an eye on that again for southern DeKalb County with time, but again, probably not a threat for us. We'll keep an eye on DeKalb, Chattooga, and Floyd, the same counties that were impacted around 6 to 7 o'clock this evening as those other rounds of storms made its way off to the east. We do have that one cell right there that we'll watch. We'll watch out for Jackson and also Franklin County, should it hold together. All right, let me show you some of the storm reports earlier on. And all these storm reports are basically for hail. And I'll pull this map up. And you can see all of this in North Alabama, many reports of hail. Quarter-size hail that was near Hartselle. Let's see, near Birmingham. Reports of wind damage there. That was near Highway 11 near Is that near Trussville? Yeah, just northeast of Birmingham. Possible tornado there. Wow, okay. And very large hail reports. So all of these are hail reports with those cells. And then right here, we've had that warning right there in the border of that storm that prompted the warning over Gilmer and Fannin. It also had a history of producing hail. Let's see the size of that. We had about 3/4 of an inch recorded near Hinton. That's in Pickens County, just south of Gilmer. And one other report here out of Pickens County. That's near Jasper, Georgia, about an inch in diameter. So again, that one has been his history of producing hail.
How is it coming?
All right. So that's where we stand right now at the moment. So I wanted to just kind of give you this brief update while you probably saw the warning on the screen wondering, what's going on? That's what's going on. So I know a lot of folks are asking a lot of questions, but really for the most part, it's going to affect areas mainly south of the city. And the only thing I'm going to watch that may change things over the next hour or two is if that storm holds together. I don't think everybody's going to see the storm tonight. It's really going to kind of be from the state line and south. And a lot of these will start dying down over the next several hours as the air starts to cool. We've seen this across North Georgia when they're kind of fading out. And we'll see what this cell does if it holds together. It's a little bit less impressive than it was on one of the earlier scans. Same thing with this one. And then keep in mind, all of these here are sliding more south and east. The main front is right there. Okay. So as it pushes on down, areas north of the city hardly going to see much at all. And then south of the city, we'll just see if that holds together for Jackson and Dade County. So that's what we'll be watching over the next hour or two, if it holds together, if there are any warnings. But I would anticipate if there is a warning with that, I'd say by 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, possibly for Jackson County. We'll keep an eye on the far southern edge of Franklin County. But again, that other warning, which is on our screen right now for Gilmer and Fannin, that's right on the county line, about to exit out of the viewing area. So it's well south of LJ and south of Blue Ridge. So let me show you the future track, the high-res model, and the future track model show what's going to happen the rest of the evening. This is not something that's going to last all night long. So you're not going to lose a lot of sleep tonight. So this is by 10:30, still some activity, mainly south of the city. Notice there's a sharp decline in activity the farther north you go to the state line. And again, after midnight, showers mainly to the south, and then really quickly moving away through the pre-dawn hours. Just over the next couple of hours locally. That's the high-res model. Our in-house future track model shows, again, 8, 9 o'clock, again to the south. You get by 11 o'clock, most activity moving away. So that's according to our in-house model. And then the rest of the night, fairly quiet with some patchy fog. So it's really just for the next couple of hours or so if we see those storms hold together. And then very nice weather tomorrow. Very nice for the weekend as well. So again, this is not something that will last all night long. So we're going to break away from this segment here. I just want to give you kind of a brief update on what's happening out there. So again, you see the warning on our screen. Here's, in a nutshell, what we're watching. On our television screen at the moment, you see the warning for Gilmer and Fannin, but that storm's starting to move away into the mountains. We'll keep an eye on this storm here near Huntsville. It may prompt an advisory at least into Jackson County by the bottom of the half hour. Keep an eye on Franklin County. These are trending more south and east. It may clip far southern DeKalb County, but most of these are kind of moving in that east-southeast direction. We'll keep an eye on that for Chattooga and Floyd for later this evening. But again, as this front eases on by, once we're past midnight, a lot of this will start sinking down to the south rather quickly. All right, folks, that's an update for now. Time now is now 8:15 on this Thursday evening. If need be, if we have more warnings, we'll have another update coming up. And be sure to join us for a live broadcast on Fox Chattanooga at 10 and News Channel 911. Both those newscasts will be live, providing radar and forecast updates. All right, folks, stay safe. Have a great night. We'll see you again if another update is needed. Take care.